positions now, and he doesn't like to go into the low post. He really wants to face, and you can see there, he didn't use his length to finish. I wonder if they feel like Okoye can just dig in. Thomas inside. This isn't a good option for Senegal. Oh! Ibrahima Thomas makes a liar out of me. Well, at the end of the shot clock, Thomas somehow conjures it to go in.
More spacing for Nigeria.
Will stay in. Well, they play man or zone here. They look like they're matching up to play man. Uzu to the top.
I'll just let Uzu go against Adams here.
Uzu with the ball in his hands. He gives it to Al Farouk.
That's what they're going to do. This is it for a chance in the semi-final.
Uzu to Al Farouk.
Got to go.
Al Farouk guarded closely. Uzu. Uzu with his little runner. It won't fall. Senegal with the rebound. And Senegal will go to the semi-finals. It's over. Senegal have booked their place in the semi-finals. The Nigerians are out of the tournament. And the fans from Senegal are making it.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Tonight. This lovely Thursday evening. We're so happy to be here. My name is Yemi Adebayo. We'll talk about what you just saw, but first, we'd love to thank you for keeping faith with us every day, Monday to Friday. We just appreciate it. We promise to keep doing our best to give you top quality information and analysis in the world of sports. I'm not alone on the show tonight. Let me quickly introduce to you the guys that will be starting off the show with me tonight. I have Tunde Koiki and Donodi Okonta. Let me welcome you guys.
Thank you very much.
Nadi?
Yemi, good evening. It's my pleasure.
All right, before I allow you to talk about what many have seen, what many have said is a disappointment, let me quickly give a rundown of what we're going to be looking at on the show tonight. Of course, we'll talk about the Tigers. They are out of it. Well, the road to Spain has ended for us, but of course we will talk about what happened, how we're going to, there's no use crying over spilt milk anyway, but where do we go from here? We're going to talk about the Lagos Table Tennis Classic as well. It's day 3. We're going to look at the Globe Premier League, what has happened, what has changed at the top of the table. We will look at that. Association of Professional Footballers, they are also talking. We will look at what they have to say about some things happening in the Super Eagles. Of course, we will go grassroots, talk about what is happening in Ogun State, under 18 tournament, talk about how Port Harcourt is going to be holding its centenary celebrations, what they're planning to do, how they plan to celebrate 100 years of existence. We're going to look at that, and of course, hopefully, we'll put a call through to one of the organizers of what they're putting together, and it will tell us what they're planning to do. Easily, the pick of the pack for today, the UEFA Champions League draws has been made. A lot of interesting matchups. The guys in the studio with me will look at all of that, and we will look. And of course, UEFA European Player of the Year has been named. It's not news. It's Frank Ribery. Whether or not some of the guys in the studio agree with that choice, we'll also look at that. We'll also try to see if it does affect the FIFA Ballon d'Or in any way. We will look at that. And of course, as you know, on Thursday, we'll take a look at bar sports. And of course, in the house with us tonight, we have Drake Midada to talk darts. That's the outlook of the show tonight. In between all I've said, if time permits, we will also try to squeeze in the US Open. Okay, so let me quickly go to you. I'll start with Tunde. Let's not cry over spilt milk. They've lost. They're not going to go to the FIBA World Championship. But what went wrong? This is a team high on morale, a team against all odds qualified for the Olympics. Same set of players. How did we get it wrong?
Not exactly the same set of players.
Most of the players.
Well, there are some new faces in this team as well. Well, I won't say I'm disappointed. I'll just say I'm very, very pained because I had great hopes for this team. I thought this was another opportunity for Nigeria to showcase its talent on the global stage. as well. What went wrong? Injuries to the team were also hit very hard. That means our roster was depleted. That means our players were playing more games and more minutes that they should normally have. Than if we had a fully fit team, we could be able to rotate them, give them enough game time, and ensure adequate balance within the team. So that took its toll as well. Then there's also the quality of our play. The transition was good, but around the opponent's bucket, the transition play it wasn't incisive.
Okay.
Our inside play too wasn't also very good. We didn't make use of our centers as well as we should have. Olumide Edeji and Ike Diogu Ike Diogu was more content to play outside the bucket and wait for the open free throws, 3-point throws, than actually playing in the paint. And in this game against the Senegalese, they used that to their advantage. The number 14 Sene was absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
He played like a true star, and for me, I think he was a pivotal man for them. He played some really great football, offensively and defensively.
Let me ask you, usually when we lose, there's always going to be a scapegoat. And now from some of the things Tunde have said, a lot of people will say we were tactically deficient. Does that take us back to Ayo Bakari? Because usually when we lose, there has to be a scapegoat. Edmond's role. Were the players good? Were we tactically deficient? Where does he fall to? He has blamed injuries, but of course he has also mentioned some things, maybe about our tactics. So I don't know which side you're going to tilt to.
Well, we lost to a better side.
Okay.
We can't.
Was it because we weren't good enough?
No, we lost to a better side. I don't know the last time we ever defeated the Senegalese. I think our two greatest rivals, as far as even qualifying for the Olympic, even qualifying for the World Championship is concerned, is the North Africans are by the wayside. Either Angola or Senegal. In the past, it's either Angola or Senegal. If one ticket is Angola, if one ticket is Senegal. So I think we lost to a better side. We just have to take that as one of those learning curve for our basketball. Even though we went through the back door, went through a final qualifier to the Olympic, but it didn't take anything away from the fact that this is an African championship. It's a ticket. What is at stake is a ticket to the World Championship in Spain. So you can't just expect everything just to buckle because Nigeria is they turned up at the Olympic before. So these are teams that will give you a run for your money. But talking about who will be the scapegoat, I don't think there's going to be any scapegoat.
This time
it was the same coach that took you to the Olympic.
Yes.
So we have to give the people the benefit of doubt. Because we said, okay, not all the boys that went to the Olympic, but as if you have a key member, the nucleus of that team that went to the Olympic is still part of this. So you don't have to blame whether tactical deficiency or not. We played some of the best teams. We played the Congolese. We played even the Cameroonians. We saw the way they took. We saw some of those teams how they always pushed us to the world. So we are coming up against a team that even though they have to fight to the end. And look at the game, very close, 63-64. And you can't expect the Senegalese just to because it's Nigeria.
I'm tempted to ask you guys what is the way forward, but we really don't have time. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
As an aside, we were also very poor from the free throw line as well. We are very poor.
All right. Let's talk about the Lagos Table Tennis Classic. Nodia has been there. It's day 3 today, and
I think it's day 5.
Okay, day 5. Well, news from the Nigerian angle first, before the general news. We are hoping that the Nigerian will be able to. Nigerians will cut away prize monies in the category.
Be specific. Which Nigerians? The Nigerians playing for Nigeria or Nigerians play for other countries?
It definitely has to be Nigerians. No. It definitely has to be Nigerians playing for Nigeria, flying our flag. Doing us proud.
Unless when you don't have the likes of Omar Asa.
Okay.
Get into the final, and of course the
top-ranked African player
Bibosika get into the final. Then you're likely going to be seen. But I think the biggest.
That's the most prestigious.
The most prestigious. The two biggest. Tennis players. Maybe you just have them. Segun Toriola, ageless Segun Toriola, Shehu Adetumobi, and the Aruna Kodri. Just in that mix. If they don't get to the final, then we have lost out of the top of the prize money. But for the women, the biggest challenge is going to be for the Chinese, Congolese, and Zing.
Okay.
Of course, the Chinese, because under the ITF rule, if you have stayed in a particular country for 2 years, you are eligible to participate for that country. So that was why a lot of people saw a Chinese thought it was Chinese. He said, I'm representing Congo, and there are Nigerians representing Congo too.
Quickly tell us what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, but tomorrow we have the junior boys final between Aziz Ogulade and Olajide Omotayo. That's the junior boys final, and they have the junior mixed doubles. Aziz Ogulade is going to be pairing with Ayo Udo, and we're taking on Bolaji Sobayo and Bose Odusonya. Why the senior mixed doubles? Segun Toriola and Offiong Edem are going to be on one side. They'll be taking on Saka Suraju, a Nigerian taking part, representing Congo, and of course Zanzing, the Chinese, representing Congo. So that's going to be for the mix, because tomorrow is going to be for the junior category, then the mixed final.
Okay.
Twice, of course, for Saturday, it's going to be the big one.
But our chances are bright.
If we get to the semi-final, because tomorrow to the semi-finals for the men,
Okay.
the men's singles and the women's singles are going to be taking place. So I don't know what will happen tomorrow, unless the Omar Assa, because that's the biggest,
All right.
Africa's #1, all African
Top
champion,
rank
the
African
biggest in the
cup.
race.
All right. Let's keep hoping, like we always do. We hoped in January Super Eagles were able to win the Nations Cup. We hope for a lot of things. It went our way. Some didn't. But let's hope this time out, Nigerians representing Nigeria will
May your hope never finish.
well.
Can I get an amen?
In most of the